Hey guys, welcome back. So I have a quick little Crayola review, and then I'm going to include a little page that I cut. It's like a half an hour long. It's not, and it's speeded up. I like to leave in as much detail as I can. I know that's something I would want to see, but it's about a half an hour long, so you know. I apologize if that's too long for some people, but I didn't want to speed it up any more than that, and I didn't want to leave a whole lot out because each section had its own grouping of pencils. So I just kind of left it in there and sped it up as much as I could so it wouldn't be like an hour long or anything. So I really hope you'll stay tuned for that and watch to the end. It's a really nice, cute picture. I'm not going to show it to you because I want you to watch to the end. But it's from this book. And by the way, the background here, I did this with straight up watercolor. So if you would like to know how I did that, leave it in the comments and I'll let you know how I did that. It's not hard at all, and anybody can do it. But it's in this book. All right, so as you saw from the thumbnail, these are the Crayola 50 count. I got these because I'm going at some point to do a comparison between these and the 48 count of Five Below's colored pencils, which ironically enough are made in Vietnam, which I found interesting. So I took them out because I was doing that picture with them, and I wanted to be able to show you the pencils that I used. So I have them separated onto this amazing container, which I also got at Five Below. Like, check that out, guys. Isn't that awesome? It says it's for markers, and if you look at the picture, you can tell that they have them. It does fit the markers really well. So you could theoretically use that, but this is probably the single-handedly best pencil container I've ever come across, because you can group, like when I was doing the video for that picture that I colored in Johanna's book, I had them grouped by like my sections. Like I had the mushrooms in one section, the grass in another, the leaves in another, and then the reoccurring ones like the black and the white and silver in another. And there's enough room that you can put multiple amounts of pencils, and it holds them all. Go get these while they last, guys. If you want something to organize your pencils or even your fine liners, whatever, this is absolutely the best thing I've come across. And I've been through many. And it's sturdy. So, having said that, this is what the back looks like, and as you can see, there's a swatch of each, which is nice. And it also says, and I really do like this, that it's made with reforested wood. Preferred by teachers because A, they're cheap, and B, they're a known brand, and they can buy them in bulk. My mom's a retired teacher. Believe me, I know things. And non-toxic. It has the FSC label, which means 100% wood from well-managed forests. I absolutely love that. That's fantastic, truly. I really love that. So that's what the box looks like. And again, the colors are out because I have them sorted into this. These are the pictures. I cannot talk today. Lord have mercy. All right. These are the pencils that I used for the picture. I'm not going to show you the picture. I'll show you this in a second. These are the colors that I used, so you get an idea of my palette. Here's a couple of Poscas. But that gives you an idea of the palette that I used. There's a nice array of blues and greens and oranges. A little bit of pink. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what I use. I was really surprised at how creamy this one was. I'll show you in here. For being, you know, cheap, you know, and metallic, they're notorious for being hard. You know, like was scratchy. This one was not that scratchy, especially for being a cheaper pencil. It's pretty creamy, and as you can see, the harder you burnish it, the more it like turns like almost like a dark gray with a little metallic to it. You see what I mean? It's not bad. It's really, this might actually be better than Prisma's silver, in my opinion. I know that's subject to interpretation, but in my opinion, Crayola's silver is actually better than Prisma's. Just saying. The gold, maybe not. So, the only ones that I really found scratchy were the salmon was really scratchy. The orchid, there it is, was pretty scratchy. And the violet somewhat. The gray a little, but it wasn't too bad. They're all going to be a little bit scratchy just because they're a cheaper pencil. So, you know, the quality control's not quite, you know, on the same level as, like, say, Holbein's. You know, that's just a given. But for being like 16 bucks, and it's a pack of 50, if you were going on a trip and you wanted to take, like, I'll probably take these with me instead of my higher end pencils because they blend decent. Do they blend the same as like Prisma's? Absolutely not. They do not. But when you're out and about and, you know, you're on a trip and you just, you know, have a little spare time and you just want to keep your hands busy and relax or whatever, I would suggest a pencil set like this. The quality's respectable and the price is cheap. So if you happen to leave your pencils someplace you can't go back to or easily go back to, you're not going to cry a river like you would if you left your Holbeins behind. Yeah. And those of us who are color pencil aficionados, we understand this. So that's my suggestion. And these also would be good for someone that's just learning to color and you don't want to spend a ton of money on something initially if you're not sure that's going to be something that you're going to love. Or like the senior citizen that just, you know what I mean? I gave senior citizen the Five Below pencils that I did a review on, which I haven't put up yet. And she absolutely loves them. So that's just, you know, food for thought. You know, a young teen, an older child, these would be perfect for. So I did notice that there is a nice selection of blues, and the greens are decent. Very short on the reds. Like there's one true red right here, and that's it. That's the only true red as far as I'm concerned. There's a brownish red, but that's the only real red. You've got some that are kind of purple but kind of red, like these two. Although this one the raspberry leans more toward pink, but you know, it's still a shade of red. So, they kind of are, but kind of not, you know. As you can see, I mean, it's pretty reasonable what they have as far as like, you know, the selection. I don't mind for the most part. I do like that they have nice shades of brown. They at least have one black, although it looks more like a cool black to me, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like ivory. No, lamp black is the cool black. Excuse me. Lamp black is the cool black, and ivory is the warm black, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that that's that case. So not all blacks are created equal, by the way. And same goes for the grays. Like that is definitely a cool gray. And if you look at the slate gray, it's a blue gray. And what they need, they have this regular gray. This This gray right here is more along lines, let's put this aside here. This is more along the lines of a French gray to me. So they have the blue gray, the French gray, and then they got a cool gray. I would like a warm gray, but So the color that I found the most surprising was this pale rose. Let me see if I can find that. I'm gonna show that to you guys. Where is it? The color that I found most interesting was the pale rose. I mean, if you look at it, you look at the tip, right? It looks almost like a grayish purple. Aberdeen. I think it's pronounced Aberdeen. Crayola has a purple like that. It's really cool. This is what this looks like to me, right? Check this out though. It comes out something completely different. Does that look like that? No. Does it kind of resemble the barrel color? Not really. Doesn't resemble the barrel color either. Like neither match the swatch. And it is kind of scratchy, mid on the scratch level, but it's such an interesting color. Look. I'm gonna burnish just a little here. Let me move this out of the way real quick. What an interesting color. It's almost like a dusky purple to me. Like I have a Inktense color this reminds me of too. Dusky purple. I believe it's deep in Inktense, and then I have that aubergine. I cannot pronounce it. Never have been able to. Please don't roast me. But there's a Neo 2 color that's a purple that's pronounced something like what I just said. It's in that ballpark. It reminds me of that too. Isn't that an interesting color? I'm just like, I don't know. It's very interesting to me. Let's see. I was surprised by the where is it? This one doesn't look anything like either the swatch or the. This is why you should always swatch your stuff. So if I'm not mistaken, see if I can read the stupid label here. Hold on. Okay, this is the cool gray. It kind of does, but kind of doesn't. So that's what that looks like there, right? It kind of does if you burnish it real hard, right? And it's not that scratchy, actually, surprisingly. It's one of the least scratchy ones. It's the slate gray that's scratchy. It doesn't look, it kind of does, but I mean, I would qualify this as more of a greenish gray, but yeah, I don't know. And I drop pencils all the time. Let's see, what's another interesting color? Oh, here's another good one. All right, let's put this aside. Here's another one. And it's okay, Harvest Gold. Sorry, the light was, I'm telling you, I have a terrible time reading the labels off of these pencils like this. It absolutely drives me bonkers. Holbein's pencils are the same way. So it's not even that it's a cheaper pencil. It's just, the way it is. I can't read the labels, so I have to kind of get it up close and in a certain light, which is why I pulled it away to kind of look at it a little bit closer. Isn't that an interesting color? It almost reminds me of a bronze / antique gold kind of thing. Huh. It's a borderline yellow ochre almost. It's just a very interesting color. Let's see. Oh, let's see if I can find their gold. Hold on. Oh, yeah, here's one more color before I do the gold, which I still haven't found yet. This is bronze yellow. Bronze yellow. And isn't that an interesting color? It's almost like an artichoke. You know, in the Prismas, I would compare this to artichoke in Prisma, or bronze maybe. One of those two. If you like, I can do a little comparison between them and whatever match they might or might not have in Prisma. I can do that if you guys would want. Let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. And either post that to my Pinterest or to my, you know, whatever social media I have, my YouTube, whatever. Anywheres like that. I would be happy to do that. This is the gold though, and this gold is definitely scratchy. Can you hear it? That tells you the difference between these two. You hear how much quieter that is? It's not nearly as... See? It's not as nice. The silver is my favorite. But I really just wanted you guys to have a review for these, because I know that a lot of people use Crayola, and I might actually use these more myself. I was pleasantly surprised at how decent they were. You know, as I was saying earlier, I am very surprised. And its layering can be a challenge. It can be. It just it just kind of depends. It just kind of depends on what paper you're using, and which pencils. Is, you know, salmon is real scratchy, and the gold's kind of scratchy. The orchid's kind of scratchy. You know, there's the yellow, lemon yellow is real scratchy. I'm gonna bring my paper back. There. When you're layering with these, I want to show you something that I would highly recommend. Okay, let's try these. This is one of my favorite combos. So start with your lighter one. Always do your light, your mid-tone, and then your shadow color. Minimum. Unless it's some super tiny area. I would strongly recommend always doing that. That's what gives you depth. So, depending on the area that you're coloring, you may not be able to lay it as flat as this, but when I'm doing a larger area and I want it super soft and blendable, I color like this. And I just kind of, this is how I'm holding it, basically just like that. But you see how much softer it is? I did a little streak there because I used the sharper point of the pencil. Now that's another thing too, before I forget. When you're using pencils, rotate your pencil every few strokes. Like, the reason for that is because it keeps the point wearing down at a even rate, so you don't end up with a sharp streak like what you guys just saw. I didn't rotate my pencil like I should have and soon enough, and that's what happened. So, and then you get your, now if you have an area that's a little bit small and you can't lay it flat, hold it further back. Like, especially when you're training yourself to color with a lighter hand, it's really useful to hold your pencil a little further back, and gradually as you gain control, you can move your hand down. But start toward the back as much as you can without, losing complete control of the pencil, and just gradually work your way back down. It really does help. I used to color with a heavy hand as well, and I have rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis, and as you can see, my hand is, I don't know if you can see the difference in the sizes. My hands blow up quite easy. So it's important. It was crucial for me to color with a light hand. But just put it as far back as you can, and imagine that your pencil is a feather, and if you color too hard, you're gonna crush your feather. So just think of it as a feather. Okay. This color combo is not going quite like I was thinking it would. Interesting. These two aren't blending quite like I imagined they would. That's interesting, but anyway, it still looks good though. But I think I would have used a different one for the light tone, like probably this one, the pale rose. But either way, you get the idea. And then as you gain control, you can just move it in, but just pretend like it's a feather. And rotate your pencil like every, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. Just give it a little twist, just like you just saw me do. And you just go back in with your flat part. Just hold it just like that. Yeah, that definitely doesn't mix. I wonder what this pale rose would have done. Will you guys bear with me? I'm kind of curious. I want to... Okay, yeah, that's not gonna... Never mind. Scratch that idea. Wrong. Let's try this one. Wrong. Let's try this instead of... I think that other one's got too much white in it. If you can tell what I mean, right? It's got too much white in it. Let's try these two instead. I think these are good. I might have actually did this in the picture, this combo. Yeah, see, that looks way better. Because this one has more purple in it, or red, whatever, like that. So, yeah, there you go. Now, also, oh, there you go. That's the ticket. There it is. You could burnish with white, or you can burnish with your lighter color, but hold your pencil farther back. Let's just see how it looks over all of it here. Ooh, I like it over that darker color. This is maroon, and this is magenta. Nice combo. It looks really nice over the pink over the maroon. Looks really nice. There you go. There's a combo for you. Ta-da! If you would like me to do a combo sheet for these, I would be more than happy to do that. Let me know in the comments. And if you really enjoyed this, I know I sometimes stutter over my words a little, and I kind of go down rabbit trails and all that. You know, I am who I am. And I like to just have fun, make art, and show other people what I learn. So, yeah, let me know again if you would like this I would be happy to DM that to you through my, look what I did. Whoa, oh, whoopsie. Oh, well, anyway, you never saw that. Minus this, okay? I will print out a copy. I will email you a copy without this on it. I promise you. I have a saved version that doesn't have all that on it. Yikes. So I would be more than happy to DM that to you or email that to you. As I said, I think I can make it into a PDF, but I would be more than happy to send you a unmarked up version of it, as well as a blank version that you can swatch yourself. I made this up entirely myself, so I can do with it what I like. Give credit to me. Go Word and Excel. And I would be happy to do both. And I would also be more than happy to do a combo page like I just did on the fly here. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and enjoy the speed color that demonstrates how these pencils can be used and blended and all that stuff. I did use a Caran d'Ache blender, especially for the blue sky area. I highly recommend one of those. So, oh, and one last thing to mention too, these are very prone to snapping when they're super sharp, which is very surprising considering that they're a harder pencil. But so be careful when you've got them sharpened like this, they can snap. So that's just a word of warning. I don't know if I can erase it out of the video that I did, but they were constantly snapping on me. I don't know if I can get rid of those little bits or not, but I'm gonna try. But they were constantly snapping on me. So that's just something to be aware of. But for 16 bucks, you could not beat it. So enjoy the speed color, and I hope that you guys stay safe. Please take care of your mental health. And if you need to talk to somebody, I am here. You can DM me on my Sherry's Creation, which is the Facebook page that's kind of associated with my YouTube channel. You can DM me under my Sherry Ramirez regular Facebook page. You can email me. I will be happy to listen. No judgment whatsoever. We all need somebody to talk to. So, and I know I have mental health struggles myself, so I understand a little bit. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I love you all, and please take care of yourself. Enjoy the speed color. Bye.